Hey, it's model building start to finish. John and Dan sitting here. We've been working on this Atlas O-scale feed store. And every time we get close to finishing, Dan, I think the same thing. It's really coming together, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, as far as what comes in the kit itself, we're pretty much down to the roof.
Oh, that means it is almost done.
Yeah.
Nice.
So most of the roof is just a snap fit, but there's this part over the loading dock, and I did run into a little bit of a problem because there's these little pins on top of the little supports.
Right.
And there's these little holes
in the bottom of the roof. Yeah.
And unfortunately, they don't quite fit together because the pins are either too big or the holes are too small. One or the other. So what I'm going to do is to ream these holes out very carefully with a drill bit.
Oh, okay.
So this is a 3/32 drill bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to use it in my fingers. I have to be very careful as I don't want to drill through this piece.
Yeah, you're just trying to open the hole a little bit, right?
Right. So I'm just going to drill it out a little and then check it periodically to make sure I don't go too far. It just has to be deep enough for that pin to go in.
So you're going to have to do this with all 8 or 10 or
10 holes, yeah. So we'll come back when it's done. Now I got the roof to fit, so I'm going to glue it on with some CA.
Oh, so just put little CA blobs on the tabs there and stick the roof over it. Yeah.
One important thing to remember is that the roof should flow down. I just got glue on.
You just got something on it, yeah.
Okay, so the rest of the roof is designed to snap on, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to use any glue, just in case I ever need to get in here again to fix anything.
Oh, right. Like if the wires get screwed up somehow.
Yeah. I mean, they should be pretty safe in there because they're not, nothing should touch them, but still, you never know.
What if you get roof rats, Dan?
Yeah, well, little scale roof rats. Also, the big roof pieces, one of them has a notch in it. That's for the chimney, so that needs to go on the side where the chimney goes, over here.
Oh, what we've been calling the office?
Yeah, over the office. So they just fit on the tabs that are on the roof. And it actually fits pretty tight without gluing it. So
yeah.
I think
from this side,
fine.
it almost looks finished. Look at that.
Yeah, well, we're getting pretty close, like I said, as to what's actually in the kit.
Looking pretty good. You know, it's a bad design, Dan, because the people that go in and out of the office don't have an eave over their roof. So when it's raining, it's just going to rain straight. It's going to come off that roof and dump right over that door. Who built this thing?
I don't know.
I think they need to get a refund from the contractor.
Anyway, so that's the roof of the main building. Also need to put the roof on this little piece.
Yeah, do we know what is that thing? It's not a dormer, right? Is that a? It's
I don't
not
know
a
if
steeple.
it's a dormer. I'm not sure what the term is for it. But in any case, it goes on top. Now this one you really probably could glue because there's nothing in here. Yeah. But I'll just leave it snapped since it seems to be pretty secure. So then I can snap this piece onto the top.
Yeah, there it is. Wow, this looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad. Okay, so now I need to put the chimney on, which is actually the last piece of the actual kit. Unfortunately, the little holes are a little small here too, so I'm going to have to ream them out with a file.
It's always something. So that's, how do you know where to stop? I mean, how do you know if it's not going to be too big or whatever?
I'm just going to try it until it fits. And then if I need to do more, I'll do more. So because of the trim on the bottom of the wall and the top, the chimney can't quite fit flush.
Oh, so what do you cut the chimney or what?
No, I'm just going to glue it on the way it's designed. So there'll just be a slight gap between the chimney and the wall.
CA glue is your friend.
Yeah, I put a couple drops of CA on the little pegs that stick out of the chimney, and I'll just stick it in the holes.
You know, it looks nice. It looks done.
Yeah, well, this is, I mean, as far as building the kit goes, in terms of what comes out of the box, this is it. I mean, I know I added the lights and the brick, which weren't in the kit originally.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, this is stock out of the box at this point. So, yeah, it doesn't look too bad. However, I think I can do a little more on the roof.
Oh, more detail coming right up.
Yeah. The roof looks pretty good overall, but I'm bothered by this gap at the top.
Doesn't look like any roof I've ever seen.
Yeah, water would get in there. So I want to do something about that. So what I've done is gotten some tissue paper, same kind of tissue paper you would use to wrap a gift.
Oh, gift bag, right?
Yeah. You could get it at a stationery store or a store that sells cards and wrapping paper. And I've cut it to fit right over the ridge shingles like this. And my plan is to glue this in place and then paint it black to match the roof. So I'm dabbing on some canopy glue. Then I'm going to take my tissue paper and put it over it.
So what you didn't see in this process was Dan carefully cut that paper to exactly the right size. Right.
Yeah.
So.
And then once it's on, I have a little bowl of water over here, and I'm going to just wet it down.
And what's the purpose of wetting it down?
Just to make sure the glue spreads through it, because the glue's water soluble.
So that it doesn't come off, or?
Yeah. You want to make sure it's really on there. The only thing is you got to be careful because it'll shred really easily.
Well, you got the peaks covered.
Yeah. And now this stuff's had a chance to dry. It didn't actually take that long because it's just tissue paper.
Right.
So I think this is working. Now I just need to paint it. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the same spray paint that I used to paint the roof to begin with.
Yeah.
And spray it on the back of a piece of cardstock or something. And then dip a brush in it and just touch this up with a brush.
Oh, boy. Oh, yeah. Look at that. And in case anybody's wondering, Dan used the spray bottle and sprayed it onto that piece of card so that it would match the roof, right? Because the roof was painted with that same color.
Yeah, I mean, rather than using a different type of flat black because it might not match exactly, it might look weird.
I was very proud of myself because I pointed that out.
Yeah. All right, so I think the roof looks a little better without that gap at the top.
Yeah, it definitely does. So quick question.
Yeah?
It looks like we're done assembling everything, right?
Yeah, this is pretty much the end of the assembly of the actual structure itself.
Oh, cool.
So this might be a good place to end the chapter.
Oh.
And we can pick it up next time with some weathering and detailing.
Oh, okay. Geez, more weathering and detailing.
Yeah.
Just when you think something's done, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we'll catch everybody on the next episode.
See ya.